I didn't believe in ghosts. Until the night I heard my own voice whisper back to me from inside an abandoned asylum. It started as a stupid idea, just content. Just another urban exploration video for my channel. 5 minutes of tension, a few eerie shots, maybe some background music layered in later. That's all I wanted. The place had been closed for over 30 years. Windows shattered, paint peeling like old skin, rumors clinging to it thicker than the vines crawling up its brick walls. When I pulled into the cracked parking lot, the sun was already bleeding into the horizon. The building stood massive and silent, its dark windows reflecting nothing. No birds, no wind, just stillness. I remember thinking how ordinary it looked. I grabbed my camera, checked the battery. Full. The air smelled like wet concrete and rust as I pushed through the broken front doors. The hinges screamed. The sound echoed far longer than it should have, traveling down hallways I couldn't see. Inside, the temperature dropped instantly. My flashlight beam cut through floating dust particles. Old wheelchairs lay overturned. A nurse's station sat frozen in time. Papers scattered across the desk as if someone had run out mid-sentence. My footsteps tapped against the tile, each one bouncing back at me from different directions. That's when I heard the first noise. A metallic clang, distant, soft but deliberate. I froze. "Hello?" I called out, half joking, half hopeful. It was another explorer. Silence. I told myself it was the building settling. Old pipes, wind, anything logical. My heart kept thudding anyway. I moved deeper into the corridor. Doors lined both sides, each with a tiny square window. Most were empty. Some had old bed frames bolted to the floor. One room still had leather restraints hanging from the sides of a rusted stretcher. I shouldn't have gone further, but curiosity is louder than fear. At the end of the hall, I found a staircase leading down to the basement level. The smell changed there, thicker, sour like mildew mixed with something metallic. My flashlight flickered once, just once. I whispered, "Not funny," even though I was alone. Halfway down the stairs, I heard it again. Clang, closer. This time it sounded like a door slamming shut. I rushed down the remaining steps, adrenaline pushing me forward. The basement hallway stretched long and narrow. At the far end, I could see a swinging door gently moving back and forth. I hadn't touched it. My breathing became loud in my ears. I tried to steady the camera, narrating softly to keep myself calm. "Probably wind pressure," I muttered, but there were no open windows down there. As I approached the swinging door, I noticed something strange. Wet footprints on the dusty floor. Bare feet, small, child-sized. They led through the doorway. I hesitated. Every instinct told me to leave. Instead, I pushed the door open. The room beyond was darker than the rest. My flashlight barely reached the walls. Old bathtubs lined the sides, chipped porcelain stained yellow with age. The air felt heavy, like it pressed against my chest. Then I heard it. A whisper, faint, breath-like. "Hello." I spun around, heart slamming. "Who's there?" No answer. Just the sound of my own breathing. And then, "Hello." It came again, clearer this time, but it didn't come from in front of me. It came from behind my shoulder. I felt it. Warm breath against my ear. I stumbled forward, nearly dropping the camera. The flashlight beam shook wildly across the walls. The footprints on the floor. Gone. Completely gone. "Stop," I said out loud, though my voice cracked. That's when my camera audio began to distort. A static hiss filled the silence. Through the speaker, layered beneath the static, was whispering. Multiple voices, overlapping, crying, laughing, begging. I hadn't heard any of it with my own ears, only through the camera. I backed toward the hallway, refusing to turn my back on the room. My foot hit something soft. I looked down. A hospital gown lay crumpled on the floor. Fresh, not covered in dust like everything else. Still warm. The basement lights flickered, though there was no electricity in the building. A dull yellow glow pulsed once, twice, and in that split second of light, I saw them. Figures standing at the end of the hallway. Patients, thin, motionless, watching. The lights snapped back off. Darkness swallowed everything. My flashlight died, total black. The whispering stopped. In the silence, I heard slow footsteps approaching me from the hallway. Not running, not rushing, just walking. Measured, calm. I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe. And then, right beside my ear, in my own voice, "You shouldn't have come here." The footsteps stopped, right in front of me. If you heard the whisper, tell me the exact time stamp in the comments. Hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next nightmare.